Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope that everybody is doing awesome. I'm really excited to be here. And before we get started, I want to thank you all in advance for your time. I know that it is the single most valuable thing that we all have. So I am going to do my best to bring you as much value today as possible. If you're going to spend your time with me, then I obviously want to give you something in return. Couple of things before we get started that I want you guys to know. If you're going to leave a question or a comment for me, because of Facebook privacy rules, the software that I'm using to stream doesn't allow me to see your name. So if you type in a question, which you're going to want to type in a question, because at the end of this, I'm going to be giving away a $100 gift card to someone, but you have to ask a question in order to get it. So you want to type in your question and then put your name at the end of it, so I know who I'm talking to and so that I can choose a winner. So that's the first thing that I want you to know. When you're putting in the comments, you definitely got to get your name in there, okay? And you're going to want to ask questions. That's the second thing, because I'm going to be giving away $100 today. And then I want you to know that I am going live all week this week. So this is going to be like a week bonanza of education and information and shared experiences and awesome stuff. So I would love to have you guys here with me all week. We'll talk about that a little bit further as we go along. And today I want to talk to you about the portrait pyramid posing and some of the things that maybe we're not doing that we can consider doing. I am not a do as I do educator. I want all of you to be authentically unique in what you do. I just want to open your minds, right? And bring in ideas and suggestions, give you foundational skills, tools, and knowledge that you can use to grow and become the brilliant and profitable artist that you should absolutely be. So, welcome to day one of Bootcamp. I'm going to be coming back on Friday and going live again, and I'll be here the next 2 days as well. But we'll get into all of that. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, today is day one of our Portrait Pyramid Posing Bootcamp, and we're going to have a lot of fun today. Yep. And oh, yeah, you guys, I don't like talking to technology. I really like interacting with people. So the more interaction we get, the better. It does a couple of things. It makes all of your peers feel a little bit more comfortable asking questions and a little bit safer. And we want safe learning environments. Those are the places where we grow the most. So we're going to be really kind to each other and really supportive, because that's the only thing that I allow. No bullshit allowed around here. And we're going to keep an open mind. Yeah. So we're just going to go through this and keep an open mind. So here we go. Okay. So most education for photographers really emphasizes boudoir photographers, portrait photographers, wedding photographers, baby photographers, it all, like, as portrait as a genre. Whenever you go into one of these realms, they really emphasize like tight restrictions on niching down your offerings super strictly to like this or that, whatever one of those genres that you're shooting in. Same thing happens in boudoir photography. So many of the educators in the groups that you go into talk about niching down, like really hard. Niche the fuck down, right? Get rid of everything and niche down. But what if you like some of the other stuff? So the problem with this advice is that you end up leaving a lot of money on the table, because you're following all of this do as I say education. There's so many educators out there that are telling you exactly what to do, instead of giving you the tools, knowledge, and information to do what you want to do, what makes your heart happy, what makes you thrive, and what's going to make you a successful entrepreneur and artist. We're going to stop with that shit. It doesn't work. No more do as I say or just do as I do. We're going to be free and open here. So the truth is, the clients who value your boudoir portraits are going to value your artistry across genre. And you actually get to choose what you want to offer your clients. I know this is not what you hear from other educators. I know that you don't hear this, and you're probably like, what the fuck is Denise talking about right now? Just bear with me. hang in there with me and hear me out. I've got some good reasons for this. So I'm not suggesting that you start offering anything that you don't want to shoot. I don't want you shooting things that you don't want to shoot, because you're not going to give your clients the proper experience. It's not fair for them. You're not going to be fulfilled artistically or personally. It's not fair to you. But I do want you to just, I don't know, open your mind a little bit and think about, are there other things that you would like to be shooting, right? So you don't have to be a jack of trades of all genres. You don't have to be that jack of all trades photographer. That's not what I'm talking about. But I do want to get you thinking about how you can add to what you're currently offering your clients and increase your bookings, your satisfaction with your art, and your bottom line. We all want that, right? Like, that's something that we all want to do. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the idea of this, just stick around, because I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this with just a few easy steps. We're not going to go crazy in depth, but we're going to put a couple of bricks down, a couple of little yellow bricks down, so that we can start heading to Oz. Okay. That's where we want to go. We want to go to Oz. So I want you to imagine, just kind of clear your mind for a minute. And I want you to imagine being fully booked with clients who are banging down your door, begging. They love you so much. They love your work so much. You're so valued that they're begging to schedule a session with you. We all want to feel that way. We want to feel valued. We want to feel like our work is incredible. And we want our bottom lines to reflect that, right? And I want you to imagine how rewarding it is creatively, professionally, and personally to be able to provide your clients with an amazing transformational experience that's going to keep them constantly coming back to you. We want them coming back all the time, all the time. No one-off clients. We want them coming in regularly. They need to come back for all of your awesomeness and all of the amazing things that you can do for them. And now I want you to close your eyes for a second. Everybody take a big, deep breath with me, because I am that cheesy boudoir photographer who's like, let's take a breath. So let's all take a breath. Okay. And I want you to feel what it's going to be like to have all of those incredible clients being your biggest fans, your absolute loyal advocates that love you for what you do for them and love your brilliant work and do all your marketing for you, because they're so happy with you. They're so fulfilled that they tell all of their friends, all of their family, all of their coworkers about you, because you're truly serving them from like a heart-centered place. You've invested in yourself, your time, in your education, in your growth. You've leveled your ass up. You are an amazing, brilliant photographer who deserves to thrive and flourish. And your clients see and recognize your confidence and your artistry and all of the amazing things that you do for them. And they love you, and they do so much of your marketing for you. Yep. Feels good, right? We all want to feel that. I want to help get you guys there. I want to be part of your growth journey. So, being able to provide for yourself and your family by doing things that set your soul on fire, that you love, that truly makes the world a more beautiful place. Just sit with that for a second. Imagine that. Feel that. You're providing for yourself and your family, doing things that set your soul on fire and that you really love. And in turn, you're really actually making this world a better place. It's not just a churn and burn ass and tits mill. We're like really making a difference, doing beautiful things in the world. Sounds good to me. So I want you to sit for a moment. And again, I want you to imagine being recognized in your community and within the photography industry as a leader, as an artist, as a successful legacy entrepreneur who's fulfilling their dreams and making the world a better place. This is all awesome shit, right? It feels good. I'm feeling good. I don't know about you guys, but it all sounds really good to me. And I don't want you to imagine that this is what I want you to actually create. So stop with the imagining and let's now start with the creating, okay? So I don't want you to imagine this. I actually want you to create works of art that get people talking, booking, buying, and emotionally connecting with you. I want you to go out there and start making your life a more beautiful place and other people's lives a more beautiful place. Listen, the more you show up for yourself, the better you are for you, the better you can be for the rest of the world. And so we're not going to imagine that. We're actually going to do it. Done with the imagining, on with the doing. So let's go. Okay. For those of you who do not know me, I am Denise Birdsong. And as Van Gogh once wrote, I feel that there's nothing more truly artistic than loving people. And you guys, in my education, I am so here for the human condition. Well, actually, in everything. But my education is very much based around that, as well as all of the free things that I bring you. So I'm a published international award-winning fashion, wedding, boudoir, and portrait photographer. My past students are some of the industry's best and brightest, including many of the industry leading educators today. And I'm incredibly passionate about sharing knowledge and information. And I really do strive to elevate the industry by providing incredible content and value in everything I share, teach, and facilitate. Hence me wanting to bring you value today. You're giving me your time. I want to bring you some value. It's really important to me. I've got one of those hearts to serve. It's a thing. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me that's going to explain a lot. And I apologize to those who know me. I know this is a repeat, but there are people here who don't. So as a former dancer and model, I have a very unique perspective on photography because I was actually able to draw on my own experience to coach and direct my clients for beautiful body language, connection, and emotion without ever really thinking about it. And it wasn't until after my industry peers were like asking me over and over again, like, how are you getting these images so different than mine? That I actually realized that my work was startlingly different because although their images were beautiful, and I have a lot of industry peers who create beautiful work, they lacked connection and emotion. And I hear that so much within the industry, so much chatter in the groups amongst all of you about there's something missing, what's missing. And I want there to be more emotion in my images, more feelings in my images. And that's the thing that's really lacking. So that's why I created the stripped down methodology. And it's the only course to teach photographers how to artfully direct and guide their subjects for emotions in any genre. This is relevant because we're talking about the portrait pyramid, right? So using the stripped down methodology, photographers like you, just like you, are able to build a skill set that allows you to grow into your brilliance, tap into your creativity, connect deeply with your clients, and create beautiful art. That's what we all want to do, right? We're artists. That's what we want to do. That's what we long to do. So you absolutely can be a creative who's flourishing artistically and professionally. They don't have to be mutually exclusive. You don't have to be just a business person who's making money, and you don't have to be a starving artist. We can marry these things, and we're going to. So I know that's what all of you want. We're going to get there. And just perhaps that's exactly why you're here with me right now. I hope so. I hope that's why you're here with me today. And you guys, seriously, my students that are using this method no longer blend in. They do not blend in with everybody else. Instead, they're now creating unparalleled works of art, and they're enjoying lifestyles that they only once dreamed of, as well as paid, very well paid artistic entrepreneurs. They're doing amazing. And we all should, we all should be. I want that for all of you. So does that sound like something that you'd like to do too? I want to know in the comments. You want this? Let me know. because I don't like talking to technology. I like talking to people. Oh, and if you see me looking back and forth, guys, it's because I got 2 monitors and I can see your comments happening over here. I'm waiting. Let me know. I want to know you guys are engaged with me. Yes. Okay, good. With a little more gusto, people. Like, I want some fuck yes. And like, let's do it. Come on. Let's get passionate about it. This is our passion. Let's be on fire about it and excited about it. We are so damn blessed to be able to work with people, be creative, change their lives, and get paid for it. Like, how lucky are we? We're so lucky. And I know there are a lot of struggles that come along with it, but I'm here to help you with those struggles. I really am. We're going to get past these struggles. Okay. So I want you to know that Portrait Pyramid Posing Bootcamp Day 2. That was a mouthful. That's like Peter Piper had a whatever. Whew, try and say that 5 times fast. So the Portrait Pyramid Posing Bootcamp Day 2 is really important. I want you to make sure that you're here for Day 2 on May 20th, which is Friday, at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So on Day 2, we're going to continue the journey that we're going on today with a new mindset, as well as taking our posing skills to the next level. I want you to learn to create images that are going to have your inbox exploding with DMs with people begging to work with you. So everybody just put it on your calendar right now. Just let's stop what we're doing. Everybody mark our calendars for Friday, May 20th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's really important that you're there. A lot of really cool shit's going to happen. We are going to grow. We are going to flourish. We're going to learn new things. And then there's also like a lot of goodies and freebies happening as well. So today, May 17th, obviously, we have Posing Bootcamp, which is day 1. The bonus is that I'm giving away $100. Stay till the end. Ask me a question. Tomorrow on May 18th, we're going to have an alumni roundtable conversation. I'm going to be talking to some of my students about their experiences, and they're going to be sharing things with you that you can do now, actionable things that can start help you moving in the right direction. You're going to be able to ask them questions as well. The bonus tomorrow is a super secret surprise giveaway that people have been asking me to do for a while that I haven't done, and I finally executed on it. Yay for me. And that's going to be tomorrow's giveaway. I'm not even going to announce what it is until tomorrow because it's a super secret one. And then on the 19th, we're going to have another student roundtable, and we're going to be talking about how to feel confident in your work, stepping into your authenticity as an artist, and thriving. And the bonus for that is going to be my flow posing guide, which is $4.99, I believe, but we don't even sell it. It's not even up for sale anymore. And it's an amazing guide. It's like the biggest guide within the industry. So that's going to be a really good bonus too. And we're going to have great students on talking. And then on May 20th, again, day 2 of Posing Bootcamp, there's going to be a $100 giveaway. That surprise giveaway that I talked about. We're going to give away a flow posing guide. I'm going to do a portfolio review for one person who is with me and stays through the end. And then we're launching Strip Down on Friday. So we are officially now saying we're launching Strip Down next Friday. And someone who's on the call next Friday is going to win a free ride scholarship to Strip Down. So you're going to want to be here. And then on the 21st, we're going to have an invite-only celebration to announce a bunch of details and exciting news. So that is our week. You might want to screenshot this or just jot it down. It's also going to be available for replay, so it'll be up. But here we go. It's going to be a hell of a week, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so why should you stick around? One of you are going to be winning $100 today just for being in here. I want you to hang out with me through the end of this training and ask one question, and I'm going to give you valuable free education and some cold hard cash. We're going to do that. Also, don't even think about missing day 2. Again, May 20th, 10 a.m. And this is where we're really going to dig deep and take your work to the next level. So again, mark those damn calendars right now and make sure that you're here. There are tons of prizes. And again, even that scholarship to Strip Down. So if you've been wanting to take it, come on. Okay. Also, I'll be going live here in the group every single day this week and bringing you a ton of bonus value with opportunities for you to win things that we just talked about. Again, Wednesday, May 18th at 11 a.m., Thursday, May 19th at 4 p.m., and then Friday, May 20th at 10 a.m. Okay. I think we've gotten that out of the way. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So let's dive in. Today we're going to learn what the hell is the portrait pyramid? What is Denise talking about? I'm going to tell you. Okay. I am going to give you some why you need to add this into your current business model if you want to, how it'll help you if you do so. Real actionable steps to get started, no fluff, no bullshit. And tons of examples to start getting you to step outside of the box. So, for example, when you step outside of the box, just so you know, if you step outside of your comfort zone, that's where all the magic happens. That's where we learn. That's where we grow. That's where new and exciting things happen in our sessions. Outside of the comfort zone, like out of the box, that's where we want to be. That is the place to be. It's a little uncomfortable. We get a little off kilter. Equilibrium gets a little bit off, but it is the place where magic is. That's where we want to go. Okay. So what is this portrait pyramid that I'm talking about? Well, the classic portrait pyramid that I created is basically women's intimate portraiture. So I want you to think about it. Boudoir, branding, and beauty, they're all genres where we as artists are working to create those safe spaces for our clients to explore who they are and express themselves, to actually see themselves in ways that they never get to, right? That's what we do in women's intimate portraiture. So it's an exploration of their inner and physical beauty. And I know as boudoir photographers, we have this amazing responsibility. And I hope that we strive so greatly to show and allow them to see themselves as uniquely beautiful as we see them. I think that's why most of us got into this, right? So whether they're clothed or unclothed, and everything in between, we're still looking to find that story. As artists, we're looking to find that story that tells her truth about herself, not all the bullshit that she's been oppressed by. Like, we want to get rid of all of that stuff. And as artists, we aim to paint with light and emotion, and we want to create that story that she can feel and connect with and hold on to. Oh my God. So many of us need to be able to connect with that part of ourselves that has been so pushed down, so oppressed, so shamed, so all of the yuckies, and have something tangible that we can hold on to and also share with the world, right? So this is just my opinion. And again, I'm not a as I say photographer. So take this for what you will. But genre specific, my ass. I think you should be shooting what sets your heart on fire. But no, she is a multifaceted client. Your client, she's multifaceted. And it's okay to explore what she will love and what you want to offer her. You don't have to niche down super hard. I know that we've all been told that. I know it's an industry thing, but it's not necessarily true. It can be true for some of us, and that's fine, but it's not true for others of us. And I happen to be one of the ones it's not true for, and it has dramatically helped my bottom line. But it's also brought me a lot of joy and allowed me to explore real stories with my clients that are multifaceted and bring my clients back and back and back and back, and have them send me clients because they're comfortable sharing things that aren't boudoir. Just a lot of benefits to it, you guys. So why should you offer the portrait pyramid? Well, I really want you to understand how much of an impact you can create for your clients. And this will also benefit your bottom line and your portfolio. So the portrait pyramid can help you to create a better client experience because you're serving all of your clients' needs. Now, it could be that you're shooting, I don't know, it could be that you're shooting just beauty, boudoir, and branding. Or maybe you decide to offer maternity. Maybe you do bridal boudoir sessions as well. Perhaps you do bridal portraits. Perhaps you start offering couple sessions. Maybe you want to do some editorial work. You have clients who want to feel like they just stepped outside of a magazine and you do editorial work. Maybe you want to do mommy and me stuff. It doesn't have to be what anybody tells you it's supposed to be. It should be what sets your heart on fire. If you love shooting maternity, add it to your offerings, right? If you really like doing branding, I love doing branding. Do branding, add it in there. If you like doing beauty, do it. Like, think about the other things that you can bring to the table with your clients, right? We don't have to be so niche down that all we do is boudoir. Again, I know that's the message we've been getting. Doesn't have to be that way. So you get to create a better client experience. If there are ways that you want to serve your clients, you can create more variety for your clients. Big thing here for you is this is definitely going to increase your sales and your bottom line. Most definitely, because you're bringing in more services without doing a whole lot more work. And I'll explain that in a minute. And you keep your clients coming back for more sessions. Not to mention, if you're shooting things that aren't just boudoir, you're more likely to have clients share your images and talk about you and refer people to you because they're going to be more comfortable sharing, maybe not their inner sexuality and sensuality with the whole world, but they'll definitely be more comfortable sharing things that are a little more, unfortunately, socially acceptable, right? So it's kind of a win, guys. It's kind of a win. So how do we get started? Step one, my suggestion, again, take it for what it is. Every woman that inquires with you, mention that most of your clients include boudoir, beauty, and maybe some branding, right, into their session. In their one boudoir session, if they're reaching out to you to book a boudoir session, tell them. So most of my clients actually, they book me for a boudoir session, but we almost always add a little bit of beauty portraits so that you have beautiful things that you can share with your family, your loved ones, your children, your partner, your business associates. Oh, and speaking of business associates, we can also do a couple of branding shots that you can use for like LinkedIn or your resume or any other professional networking that you do. You guys, like, there's so much that we can do with such little effort. It's not even funny. All in one session, just all in one session. So I know it might sound a little bit uncomfortable because you've been told to niche down, but it's okay to serve your clients on many different levels if you want to, right? This is not me telling you have to. This is just if you want to. Okay, step two is you're going to educate your clients about why they need the portrait pyramid. Chances are they might not have considered all of the beautiful possibilities that you have to offer them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you they probably haven't, because your website is full of boudoir photography. It doesn't have any kind of branding on it, most likely. I'm kind of speaking generally here. And it probably doesn't have any beauty work on it either, or headshot work. And so they don't even know. They don't know why they would need this. And when you start talking about, well, you can use it for LinkedIn, you can use it for Facebook, you can use it for your Instagram profile, you can use it for networking events, you can use it for your resume. And just think how much your children would love to have beautiful headshots of you, or your partner, or your friends, or your mom, or your dad. Like, right? So now we're pulling at those heartstrings, but it's not a slimy sales tactic. And this is exactly why it's not a slimy sales tactic. My godmother passed away last week. She was like my mother. And this has happened to me 2 fucking times now. Twice. I was supposed to shoot my cousin and my godmother together. And I missed my window. And I lost her before I got any photos of her for my cousin and for myself and for the rest of my family. And what I would not give to have those photos. Shit. Sorry, guys. The same thing happened with my mother. My mom would ask me all the time, baby, please take my photos. And I'd be like, oh, Mom, I'm so busy, so much work, like too much. I've got too much to do. And I didn't do it. So as a client, right, as a client, to be able to have those photos of my godmother and my mother, it would be invaluable to me. And as a mother, oh, I'm sorry, people. As a mother, I've actually, because of this, made the time to do this for my children so that they have these images of me, so that the people who love me have these things when I'm gone. It is an incredible thing that we can do for our clients. So don't minimize it. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. And it's an important story that you tell. And it's an important legacy that you leave. I have another quick story. I'll be quick about this. I shot a wedding because I shoot weddings and I love shooting weddings. I know y'all don't like weddings. Most of you don't. I actually do. I love them. Shot a wedding, and my client's papa, which was her grandfather, was the most darling little thing. He was Romanian and, from the old world, thick accent, super charming, dancing with all the women, complimenting everyone, doting on his wife, doting on his daughter, doting on his granddaughter, doting on me. He was amazing. He made me put my camera down and dance with him. He was such a character. I took so many pictures of him because I just fell in love with him. 2 days after my client's wedding, she called me and she's like, "Did you get pictures of my papa?" And I was like, "Oh my God, yes, I got a ton of them." And she's like, "Can I have them like tomorrow?" And I was like, "Oh, well, my turnaround time is blah, blah, blah." And she was like, "He passed away." And I was like, "Yep, you got it. Like, they will be to you immediately." And those were the last photos that she had of her papa. And I'm so grateful that I was able to do that for her and that she was able to have those. So there's a lot of value. And it makes us, honestly, it makes us feel so good to be able to do that for them. So I know I've gone on a tangent, so let me keep going. Just saying, guys, it can be very important. Just open your minds a little bit and consider it, right? Consider the impact that you can have by doing this. Step 3, this is really important. Show what you want to explore with your clients. Because if they don't see it, how can they possibly experience it with you, right? If they don't see it and they don't feel it in your work, they don't know. So create a portfolio. Get examples of boudoir, beauty, branding in one gallery with one client, and be ready with an explanation of how they can use this variety of images. Have these stories like I just shared with you. Talk about the importance of this stuff. It's not that hard. I mean, this is a really easy thing to add. So I'm going to go into much greater detail. There's going to be an entire module on this in my next strip down course. So in the upcoming strip down course, we're going to have a very much richer and deeper course about this, along with correspondence and templates that are going to be ready for you to use if this is something that you want to add. And they're going to be editable, so you get to make them your own, because we know Denise believes in, don't do as I do. Just take the skills and the tools and the knowledge I bring you and make it your own, man. Okay, so I want you to go get them, Tiger. So once you've determined what you'll be offering, and I'd be interested to see in the comments what things you might be interested in shooting. Have you considered shooting beauty, like just adding like some beauty to your boudoir? Or have you considered adding some branding to a boudoir session? I want you guys to drop in the comments for me what things you would do. So once you've determined what you'll be offering, whether it be boudoir, beauty, branding, bridal, outdoor sessions. I love me some outdoor sessions. I love booking like full day editorial sessions that include a little bit of all of this. Editorial sessions, etc. It runs the gamut. We could do mommy and me's. We can do couples. It's just, oh my God, so much, right? Communicate clearly with your clients that they have options for their commissions with you. You offer all of these beautiful things, right? What you're doing is you're creating more experiences for them. You're giving them a deeper connection to you. You're providing them with more gorgeous final product. Like, this is all win-win. This is all winning. I don't see any downsides in this. None. Okay. So for the sake of this event, we're going to go ahead and assume that they're booking you as a boudoir client, because I think most of you here are boudoir clients today. So this is where we start preparing them to consider your additional offering that will bring them variety and added value. And it could be like the classic posing pyramid of boudoir, again, the beauty and branding and boudoir in one session. And this is where you let them know how much your clients love having a variety of work. You have to talk about it, right? You have to take them somewhere where they weren't considering going. Because they can only, and you want them to know that you want to provide them with that variety of work that they can not only cherish privately, but share. This is a big one as boudoir photographers, right? You're going to create work that they can share with friends and family and loved ones and for business. And here we go. Like, this is where the bells go off. You're going to have a hype team once you do that are going to be comfortable marketing and sharing your work. Because a lot of our clients aren't comfortable sharing their boudoir sessions. But if you throw in some beauty photos and you throw in a couple of branding photos, or let's just say you do beauty or just branding or whatever it is, you now have created things that they can share, and you can really use that to build your referral program, because everyone should have one of those. That's going to be in the next trip down too. We're going to go real deep on that one. Okay. So I don't know. I don't see how we lose with this. I see this all as a winning venture. Fuck the niching down. Let's open up and think. What are other ways that we can be successful, authentic, legacy, which means long-term people, educated entrepreneurs, not just slap and dash, grab some guides, throw it on my pricing and website. Like, let's be educated. Let's really understand what we want to do and how we're going to do it. And let's make all these things our own. So the possibilities. So when you are discussing the portrait pyramid with your clients, be sure to prep them on what to bring. Again, I'm going to go much deeper into this and strip down. But just to let you guys know, so if you want to get started on this right away, let's say you have a client booking with you later this afternoon, and you've decided, I think I want to throw some beauty shots in here too, so that they have things that they can give to their family. Tell them, my clients love my boudoir sessions. Talk about your boudoir session, but then throw in, I also really like to create beautiful imagery that my clients can share with all of their family and their loved ones and their friends. And so if that's something that you would like, also just toss that right in there, right? Just spend like 10, 15 minutes on that. And if you bring a couple of formal attire options, a few casual, if you're thinking about doing branding, a few business casual or business options, and just have them bring that wardrobe in and get it done. So you can see in this session, that's exactly what I did. I shot some beauty, I shot some boudoir, and we're solid. We got things that she could share with her family and friends, and we got things that were for her, right? All the way around. So another thing is, we're actually giving individuals very, very different and unique stories, because all of our clients are very different and unique. So when we tap into that multifaceted, personality, we're making a richer and deeper experience for them. So in this session, we're actually able to explore and create beautiful imagery that captures her soul and that she can love privately as well as share with her family and friends. And we want that because we want that referral program and we want people coming to us. It's important. So I'm showing you just some stuff from this session. We did some stuff that looks a little bit beauty, some stuff that looks a little bit boudoir, kind of walking the line on this one, stuff that she could possibly share, stuff that she might not want to share, stuff that she'll definitely share, right? Stuff that might be a little bit more private. This all happens in one session. It's not that big of a deal, right? It's a big deal in that we're offering them more, but it's not that hard for us to get started doing it, and it's not that hard for us to offer it if it's something that we want to do. Okay, so more variety without a whole lot more work. So adding more women's intimate portraiture to your offerings may initially, again, seem a little bit overwhelming, but I promise you, if it's something that you want to do, then it really is not more much more work. It's just not. So as intimate portrait artists, we're telling stories in clothes or out of them, right? We talked about that. The core of what we do is always the same. It's always the same. We might be exploring different facets of a personality, but it's still about capturing the humanity and the basics of this. It never changes. It never changes. It's always the same. So it's not like you have to go learn a whole new genre and buy all the new things and do all the stuff to be able to do this. It's not what I'm telling you. You don't have to do that. We can keep it simple. So if this is something that you want to do, you'll add a tremendous amount of variety to your client galleries, your client experiences, and you're going to add money to your bottom line, which is important because I want you to be thriving legacy entrepreneurs. So another huge added benefit to opening up a wider range of image creation is that you'll likely document stories that your client will want to share with friends, family, loved ones, and business associates if you do branding, opening the doors for you to have so many more model release images for content, as well as, again, keep hitting that stronger referral. So this helps your business and your bottom line. We have another example of, kind of walking the line of a little bit of beauty and boudoir. There are definitely images in here that she would share, maybe some that she wouldn't, but walk that line with them. Create stuff that they can share as well. Create variety. We're going to have some more of this. So this was a full day session. So we did some boudoir and we did some more boudoir. And we did the kind of cross between beauty and boudoir. And then we went outside and we did some beautiful editorial work, lifestyle editorial work. That was gorgeous. I have so much more from this session that I wanted to share, but I needed to keep the presentation short. So here you go. I'm sure I'll share it at another time. Okay. So if you have questions about that, I want you to now put them in the comments for me, because I'm moving on to categorical thinking. So I'm throwing this in here. Wasn't supposed to be in here, but I'm throwing it in here because I don't think I can talk about this enough, and I'm going to keep talking about it until I've helped all of you move into doing this. So let's go. Okay, so posing itself. Let's talk about posing because we all struggle with posing. And this will definitely help you with adding things to your sessions and just your sessions in general. So posing itself is full of brain-resistant thinking because there are so many possible freaking outcomes that our brains literally stop themselves from moving forward. And that's where you get those stupid blank moments that all of us hate. We're like, oh, what next, right? Okay, so categorization is a way to actually save energy in our minds because it is impossible to remember hundreds of poses. Don't even try it. Buying all the posing guides, painting all the stuff, doing all that shit, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, people. If it did, you wouldn't keep buying the posing guides. It doesn't work. Okay. So I want to bring you actionable education, information, and tools that are going to set you on a path to freedom and confidence when posing your clients, as well as get you on track with this posing pyramid. I want both of these things to happen. So let's learn how to pivot in the way you currently pose your clients. We're going to do this quickly and really up our portrait game. So we're going to cover categorical thinking and posing. I'm always excited about this one, so we're going to jump in. So photography was originally taught to merely capture a moment. But in this century, we've seen that we can use photography like any other artistic medium to create beautiful and moving works of art. But in order for us to create, we need to be able to control more than just our camera and lighting, but also the subjects before us. These are the things that we have to do. Posing, body language, emotion, they're all the undeveloped sides of photography education. But first, before strip down, this is why I bring this to you guys for free. We need to learn how to compartmentalize in order to create the space and flourish in our artistic vision and creativity. This is also a pillar in the course that I teach, and we go into this much more in depth. And there is a posing boot camp that you can sign up for. Colleen, if you could drop that link for me, I would appreciate it. Most of you should have gotten it when you signed up for this posing boot camp. If you didn't sign up for this posing boot camp, go sign up for it and you'll get the full boot camp course on this. It goes back to some pretty cool brain science, categorical thinking, that is. So we've evolved to use the least amount of energy possible throughout our evolution. And when we were prehistoric humans, we actually needed to reserve energy because, well, food was scarce and we didn't burn energy just for the fun of it. If we were running, it was either from danger or after food or maybe after a partner if we were feeling frisky. So because our brain, like so many of our other organs, is a physiological organ, it also reserves energy. So your brain, my brain, your neighbor's brain, everybody's brain is constantly looking for the path of least resistance. And because of this, so many of our thought processes are actually put on autopilot. That's the subconscious working. So, for example, do you calculate 4 times 4 or do you just use the memorized answer? Pretty sure that the majority of you use the memorized answer. And using the memorized answer, well, that's the path of least resistance. Like, that's proof positive, right? So, posing itself is full of brain resistant thinking because there are so many freaking possible outcomes. When you approach like a session and you're like thinking about the entirety of the session, especially if we're talking about now adding in maybe beauty, branding, you're like, oh shit, what is all of this stuff that I have to do? And your brain's going to shut down on you and you're going to be in trouble. I want to stop that from happening. I want to help you guys get past that. So we're going to get past those blank moments, okay? Categorization. That's what we're going to use. Categorical thinking. Categorization is a way to save energy in our minds because it is impossible to remember hundreds of poses. All the things you have saved to your Instagram, all the things that you have saved in Pinterest, all the posing guides you've bought, you can't remember them. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you this, but they don't work. They're not going to help you. But if you categorize posing into similar elements, it becomes easier for your brain to approach all of the possibilities. So, our possibilities are this. Number one, standing. If you move into your set and you're like, okay, I have my client here, and the only thing I'm going to focus on, you put your little blinders on, the only thing I'm going to focus on are standing poses. Oh my word. You don't have to worry about everything else now. All you're worried about is the standing poses up against a wall or next to a window or by a couch, whatever. All you have to focus on is those standing poses. It creates so much space and freedom for you to be creative. It's not even funny. And then once we've done that, say we do 10 or 15 poses like that, and then we push ourselves to do a couple of more, get outside of our comfort zone and try a couple of weird and different things. You're done with that. And you're okay. Check. Moving on to sitting. Repeat. We do the same exact thing. We do everything we can do in a sitting pose, whether it's on the couch, whether it's on the floor, whether it's on the bed, whether it's on a poof. I don't give a shit. It's up on the windowsill, on the back of the couch, wherever they're sitting on their buttocks, get those shots done. Get creative. Have fun with it again. Instead of being anxious and like, stressed about this big, huge session, just pay attention to those sitting poses and have fun and follow the emotion. Some more little yellow bricks that we're going to lay on that road to Oz. 3, kneeling. We're going to do the same thing with our kneeling poses. We're going to get creative and have fun with it. And we're going to exhaust all of our kneeling poses. And then we move into laying poses and we do the same thing yet again. Now you've taken this big, huge, giant session that causes a lot of us stress and anxiety, and you've broken it down into manageable pieces that you can actually enjoy and be free in and be creative. So I know I've talked about this a lot. I'm going to keep talking about it because I think it's incredibly important. And I want you guys to give it a try. Just give it a shot. It takes some practice. It's not something that comes naturally. So you kind of have to practice doing it, but eventually it will become your go-to. When you start feeling like how amazing it feels not to be so stressed about an entire session, it's a beautiful thing. You get to be present and in the moment with your client and just happy and creative again. And it's wonderful. And you get paid for it. What? How lucky are we? Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys some quick standing poses. So we've got some standing poses outside, and we've got some sitting poses. Yeah. We've got some cool kneeling poses. And we've got our lying poses. Now, again, the possibilities here are freaking endless. There's so much that you can do. And using categorical thinking, adding that to just knowing that you can have this tool. And again, you can get that free boot camp for the, powerful posing, categorical thinking boot camp. Just knowing that you have that tool set available for you for free. I've given it to you for free. That will alleviate some of the stress of thinking about bringing in some of these offerings, because you're going to use these tools with these offerings. It's going to be easy peasy. I promise you it is. Okay. So working the portrait pyramid. When I'm working like the classic portrait pyramid system, I actually like to start with branding, then I move into beauty, and then I finally move into boudoir. So that's kind of like how I do it when I'm doing this. But there are no rules here. You got to do it the way you want to. And honestly, my pyramids come in all kinds of shapes. I know a pyramid's pyramid, but mine come in all kinds of shapes. I might shoot branding boudoir and then head out of the studio for editorial, or I might shoot editorial and then move it to boudoir, or it very well could be a mommy and me session and then beauty and finally boudoir. But you need to make it your own, and you need to make this story theirs as well, and do what feels right and works for you, and for your client as well. We don't want to push round square pegs into round holes. Yeah, we don't want to do that. So, but basically, as a general rule, and this is just like an easy starting part, I like to start in the space where I know my client will be wearing less makeup and work my way up in intensity so that we don't have to do full makeup more than once, and we can just build upon it. So for me, this is a really practical way of making this portrait pyramid work. It's also important to find your way through and work with your clients to ascertain what is going to work best for them, because this really isn't about you, right? It's about serving our clients. So we want to know what works best for them. So one thing's for certain, they're going to love the combined experience that you're providing, and they're going to love you for it. I've never had a client unhappy when we've done something like this, and my sales are always much higher when I do this. Okay, next, let's talk about branding really quick. This has actually turned into one of the most fun and exciting genres for me to shoot. I love it. I absolutely love it because it totally fucking rocks. You get to have so much fun with it. So if you're considering working in this space, don't worry. It doesn't have to be all stuffy suits and stuff. It really can be a blast. Or it can be stuffy suits if that's what you like. Doesn't matter. But what you want to do is build a portfolio of client sessions that are going to attract your ideal client, whether they be stuffy or whether they be wild, kind of like mine. And then get to telling their unique stories with your authentic artistry and skills, and also using categorical thinking. It's going to make it easier for you. So here are some cute branding photos that I did for an influencer. And they were a blast. We also went into a bar and did some of those, but I didn't add for the sake of making this presentation, not too long for you guys. This is an interesting story. This one is fun. So this client had a boudoir session with me, right? So you're like, what is this? This is not branding. No, it is not branding. This client came in for a boudoir session. She worked for a plastic surgeon. She took her images back to work, and her doctor was like, whoa, this is rad. I want to talk to her. Referral program here, right? So he reaches out. I end up working with doctor on a regular basis. I work with him all the time. And he wanted to do a conceptual shoot. He didn't give me any budget whatsoever. No budget for this conceptual shoot. But I got to go in and have fun. And this is our shoot for him. So some of you might be like, oh my God, plastic surgery. Are you advocating for that? No, I am not. But it is not also my place to say that there is anything wrong with it. So, real clear here, there's no judgment in this zone. So, if you have any judgment, you need to keep that to yourself, because in Strip Down, we don't do that. We let everybody have agency. We do not judge each other. So, he wanted kind of like a nip tuck vibe. So, that's what we did. And we had a lot of fun doing it. A lot of fun. It's actually one of my favorite sessions to date because it was just so weird and different and not anything like I get to do on a regular basis. It was just amazing. I had a blast doing it. And because of this, I work with the doctor on a regular basis. I go in every time he has new hires. I go in, I do branding photos for them. Every 3 months, I go in, I do all of their headshots again. I work with them shooting in their within their practice, working with clients, all of that kind of stuff. So they have social media content. It ended up being a really good relationship for me, one that I greatly enjoy. I had been thinking about like approaching other plastic surgeons just because it was so fun, but I'm too busy. But that's a really cool thing for you guys to do. They always need content, and businesses always need content. This all started because someone came in for a boudoir session and I talked about how I did branding. Mm. More of that session. Okay. And so now we have business headshots, right? So someone came in for, branding for LinkedIn, all of that kind of stuff, networking and all of that. But we also ended up getting some boudoir in. So, guys, these things can go a lot of ways. Again, she came in for a boudoir session. I do not have a model released for that. But then I ended up doing a branding session for her, and it was a full day branding session, and it was super fun. We did part of it in my studio. We did part of it in her studio. Some of it was her working, and we had a great time. And she has sent me a ton of clients. It's been wonderful. She also does my brows. Trade for those. My own branding session. Just thought I would throw it in to remind you guys how important it is to have your branding session done, and to remind myself that my hair is no longer blonde and I need to do another branding session my damn self. Another really fun branding session. Now, I've not done a boudoir session for her, but I have done a beauty session for her. I have shot her oldest daughter's high school senior portraits, which at some point I'll show you guys. They're really fun. They're like the way a real teenager is. They're really, really cheeky and good. I've shot her youngest daughter, and I've shot her and her family. And she's done my branding for me in the past. Um, Again, a lot of clients. This was a very good, like mutually fulfilling relationship. She sent me a lot of business. Sent her a lot of business too, because she's a great, great, great graphic designer. Oh, no, we can't do that. I got to go back one. I mean, it's so much fun to capture her story, who she is, like her essence. This is so her. Do we not all just want to go live in her space? It's just like so awesome. And of course, we had to throw her bunny in because, it's who she is. But more beautiful branding. There's just so many exciting things that we can do. I had another client who booked me for a boudoir session, and she owned a lash company. And she asked me if I would do the branding for her lash company and website. And so, sure enough, we did. And actually, many of the girls that I shot were her existing clients, but they then came in for boudoir sessions with me. You guys see how this is working? Here we started with a beauty session, right? We've got beauty in here, beauty in here. We started with some boudoir, and then we really went with the boudoir. I had a much bigger gallery to share with her and to sell to her. And she had images that she could share with her loved ones, her friends, and her family, and sent me a lot of clients. This works with men as well. We can do beautiful shots of them. It could be branding, can be men's beauty, right? Okay, so we're going to move on to beauty now. So this is my godmother. Everybody meet my Auntie Arlene. So legacy portraiture, like I spoke about earlier, this is one of the most important and beautiful things that you can create with your client. So when you have a client commission for your branding, or boudoir, I am begging you to consider this. Please just consider this. Get them in a dress, get them in a sweater, a tank top, I don't care. Something that's really simple, something that's timeless, and get those damn headshots and beauty shots that they can share with their partners, their parents, their friends, their children. I know from personal experience, one day they are going to become the most important things that their loved ones have of them. Now, don't get me wrong. I love this picture of my Auntie Arlene. I absolutely love it. But I would have loved it so much more if Santa wasn't in it with her. If it would have just been her, it would be hanging on my wall right now. So these things are important. It's also important for you to create gorgeous reflections of the inner beauty that they can take pride in and that they can share with the world without all of the shame our culture has around sex and sexuality. So many of our clients come to us, they feel that shame and they feel that oppression. And they're not going to share those intimate images with people. They're just not going to. So being able to give them some beautiful images that they can hold on to and that they can share with the world, it's an incredible gift that you're giving them. So I want to show you guys how I did this. So this is me on one of my sets. This is me right here on one of my sets. And this is just a white wall that I have right here. There's a bed. I put a white poof here. I put her in little white tulle skirt, made sure she was covered up, got her in the poses that I needed to get her in just a couple minutes, literally in just a couple of minutes. I got this. This probably took me at the very most, this took me 5 minutes. Oh, my images are lagging. I apologize, guys. Come on, there we go. At most, this took me 5 minutes. And I got it all right there. I'm going to go back. No elaborate setup, no crazy backdrop, no, tons of V flats, no, all of the stuff that we think that we have to do to create beauty. I just had a white right next to the bed. There's a white drape. I'm going to use it. It's that simple. 5 minutes. This is what I created. You can do it too. And then I moved her right onto the bed, which was right next to where we were doing the portraits. This is the exact same space. So now I have my boudoir session as well. It's totally doable. More beautiful beauty shots that we can get. It's not that hard. This backdrop is actually a painter's backdrop, like the stuff that you lay on the floor when you're painting. Just got a couple of painter's backdrops, put it on a backdrop stand, and I was off to the races. That simple. More beautiful beauty stuff that she can share with her family. We also did a boudoir session in this. Don't have a release for those, but you get the point. Mommy and me session. I actually love them. I don't like shooting little tiny babies because I can't direct them. But I like them when they're a little bit older. You don't have to, that's okay. But it is something that I offer to my clients, and it brings them back. They shoot a boudoir session with me and I talk about, oh my gosh, I could shoot you and your kids. They come back. Now, am I going to go outside and do all of this stuff? That's not me. But am I going to bring them into my studio and create really beautiful, intimate photos of moms with their babies? I am. Again, not me. It's me. You don't have to do it. I know a lot of you are just like, I'm not going to do that. But I just wanted to show you an example of how it can be done really intimately and really beautifully and still be full of emotion and not be cheesy. Some more beauty stuff that's a little bit more wild and fun. Again with it, we also did a boudoir session. Some more beautiful beauty stuff. Guys, it's just a white wall. It's not that hard. It's just not that hard. It's not everything that it's like, I don't know, hyped up to be in our heads. We have to take all these classes and all these courses and buy all these things and have the Apple boxes and the fans and the V flats and the viewing walls and like this. It's not necessary. We don't have to. It can be done in your boudoir sessions. It is simple and easy. We just need to learn how to do it. That's it. More of it. Real simple. There we go. Again, this is that drop cloth. This is a painter's drop cloth, you guys. A painter's drop cloth. That's what this is. You know what? I don't know where that white stool is. I need to find that stool in my studio. That thing's missing. Anyway, more beautiful photos, right? We also did boudoir session. Again, we took it outside and we did some beautiful, beautiful and fun. More lifestyle editorial work. Still women's intimate portraiture though. Because it's fun to get out of the studio sometimes. We got a nice combination of some beauty, some boudoir, some lifestyle editorial. This was a full day booking and it was a blast. And she's come back a couple of times. Some more of those cute little mommy and me's. Started with the boudoir session. Also got her in for a mommy and me session. Clearly, we got a boudoir sessioning happening here, but I was like, you know what? Let me get a couple of shots that you can share with the world. That's simple. She became a huge part of my referral program. Fun, interesting, different. We can do this too. Editorial / beauty kind of shots. I mean, the sky is the limit, you guys. You can do whatever you want. Anybody who's telling you that there are rules, fuck them. Rules were made to be broken. Taking it outside again, doing some beautiful beauty editorial style imagery. Same thing, outside playing, having fun, gorgeous images. We've done boudoir, we've done branding. Now we're going to do some fun beauty editorial stuff. So let's talk about boudoir. So the majority of us here today are boudoir photographers, and it's likely that many of us have niche down. I'm sure that most of you have, but perhaps because we love it, or perhaps because we've been told we have to. I'm here to tell you that you get to do whatever you want and maybe open doors to the possibilities that we can make an impact in the world. And we can do beautiful things with women's portraiture that's not just boudoir photography. Don't get me wrong. I love shooting boudoir photography, but we can do more than that if we want to. So you have the agency. You personally have the agency to make the choices you want, but make those choices because you want to, not because someone told you you had to do this or that or the other, because I'm telling you, these things can all work together. They don't have to be overwhelming. It is not going to splinter your audience. You're going to be fine. There are ways to work around all of this. So we'll just look really quickly at some boudoir. Not like you guys haven't seen my work before, but I thought I'd better throw it in the presentation. I think the important thing here is creating work that is emotive and full of feelings. Okay. We did it, you guys. Yay. We totally did it. So we've learned about the portrait pyramid, why you should or could be offering. I don't know if it should be should, how you could be offering it if you want to, and how to get started and how to free your mind. So important with categorical thinking. But now we have a new problem. And that problem is we can get the poses, but we need to create connection and truly execute insanely emotive and powerful images to really take our work to the place where all artists strive to be. I know that you guys want to create work that's full of emotion and just beautiful and give your clients amazing, amazing experiences and work that feels. And I know you want to be recognized as incredible artists. And I know you want to be legacy business owners. All of these things are incredibly important. And we try and solve that problem by asking questions in groups or like pinning things in Pinterest or buying the posing guides, all of that kind of stuff. It doesn't work. The missing piece is knowing how to coach and direct for body language. So you're going to join me on Friday because we're going to do that. We're going to talk about that. So again, I just want to share with you all week. I'm going to be going live. Today we did the alumni giveaway. We're going to do $100 giveaway. Or not the alumni, sorry, the portrait posing pyramid bootcamp with a $100 giveaway. Tomorrow is the alumni roundtable conversation where we're going to talk about what they're doing, how they're using the strip down methodology, and they're going to be answering your questions and giving you advice. I'll be there with them. We're going to have a bonus super surprise giveaway that I'm really excited about. On the 19th, we're going to talk about how to feel confident in your work and step into your authenticity as an artist and thrive. And this is going to be another student roundtable where you get to talk to my students. The bonus is going to be giving away the flow posing guide. And then on the 20th, we have day 2 of this boot camp. And on day 2, we're going to have a $100 giveaway, the surprise giveaway, flow posing guide. Someone's going to get a portfolio review with me, and someone is going to get a stripped down scholarship. We are also opening launch on Friday, and it is going to be the lowest price that you can get stripped down for ever. So if you're thinking about taking the course, if you've ever wanted to take the course, Friday's the day that you're going to want to sign up. And we're going to go over all of that with you on Friday. And then on the 21st, we're going to have a celebration, invite-only celebration for everyone who signs up. And we're going to party and have a great time. Okay, so with that, I think we are... Oh no, Portrait Pyramid Posing Bootcamp Day 2. Make sure you're here for Day 2 on May 20th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Where I'm going to take you... Read, Denise. Okay. Where I'll take your new posing skills to the next level. We're going to do that. Revealing huge surprise giveaways and a sneak peek into the next strip down. You guys, it's bonkers. This is not a strip down like anything you've ever seen. I have amazing guest educators coming on. I don't want to give away too much, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and give it away all right now. I have 10 amazing guest educators who are joining me. It is gone from a 12-week program to a 20-week intensive mentoring program. And the biggest surprise I have to save until Friday. But another really amazing thing that's happened is that Elena Mar and I are going to be collaborating in our education now. So like Wonder Team Powers activate. I'm so excited to be working with her. And again, I have a bunch of other amazing guest educators who are going to be coming in. 20 fucking weeks, are you kidding me, of intensive hand-holding mentoring. This is not the education where like someone drops it at your feet and is like, go have fun with it, or like, do as I do, and if you're not doing it exactly the way I say you're supposed to do it, you're doing it wrong, and then they get mad at you. Man, fuck all of that. I am there with you every single week, critiquing your homework, supporting you through it. And in Q&As weekly, I am available to you all the time, and you will level up. I'm also bringing in accountability ambassadors next time as well. For those of you who get a little intimidated or behind, we're going to have people there taking care of you. I'm not supposed to be talking about this right now, but whatever. I have a hard time keeping secrets. So there's that. Okay. So it's Q&A time. So I'm going to go ahead and start answering some questions. I have Colleen here with me, and I think she has some questions for me. Okay. So, Colleen, you got some questions for me? You want to throw them at me? Where?
It should be showing up. It's in the comments. Nope, just scroll down to then. And I'm going to say question 1, question 2, and it should come up. So I think it's just behind.
Give me a second, guys.
Hold on, guys. Okay.
There is going to be an alumni option for sure. Make sure you're putting your name behind these things, you guys, so you can win the $100 today. Because if I don't have your name, I can't give you the $100 because I got to randomly pick someone who's been asking. Okay, so should I just use this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first question. So Tiffany asked me, do I have a makeup artist to do multiple looks? So Tiffany, it depends on, you know what? I'm going to stop sharing the screen and I'm just going to go to me. There we go. Okay. Hey, Tiffany. Let's see. So, do I have a makeup artist to do multiple looks? It depends on the session that I'm booking. So if I'm just doing boudoir and they haven't opted to do beauty or anything like that, then she just does one look. If I know that I'm going to be doing multiples, then I will have her stay on. I'm also kind of versed at makeup myself. So I do have a kit in the studio. If you have my 4-week free styling course, which if you don't, you need to get it. In there we have kit. We have like examples of what you should have a kit in the studio so that you can do touch-ups yourself. Let's see. So we have another question. Most clients don't have high-end clothes. What staples do you suggest for beauty sessions to have in the client closet? This is from Jennifer Lee Jackson. So that's a really good question, Jennifer. Cardigan sweaters, tank tops. I know you're like, what? I thought you were going to say like big wild dresses. That's not necessarily what you need for beauty. Sweaters that fall like off the shoulders that you saw earlier. I'm actually in the middle of creating like an Amazon store for you guys. I'm revamping the 4-week styling course, and there is going to be an Amazon store for you guys with links to everything so that you can purchase makeup, studio pieces, styling stuff, all the good stuff. I do suggest that you don't have like a massive client closet. I did that. It was a huge mistake and waste of money. Learn from my mistakes and don't do that shit. My opinion. Okay. Is the session fee the same for all these since it's a full day? That's from Erica. Erica, if someone books me for a full day, it is not the same fee. I have a full day session fee. And then I have, collections. So my pricing differs. Oh dear. Hang on one second. Okay, there we go. So my pricing definitely differs. But I don't want to tell you this is what you should charge because I don't like that approach to education. I think it's really important to work backwards from what you want your profit to be and understanding your numbers and then creating your pricing based around that. Like, I don't know, maybe being an educated entrepreneur. I think that's a really good way to go. So I think that's a brilliant question, Erica. And for me personally, what works for me is that I have a full day session price and then I have different collections that they can purchase. Okay. Do I sell albums with branding, boudoir, and beauty? This is from Samantha. Samantha, no, I typically do not. But again, this is my personal choice. That doesn't mean that it's not relevant or shouldn't be done or wouldn't be nice. I sell albums for my boudoir. And then I will either sell prints and or digital image files for beauty and branding, especially for branding because they need that content. With offering all the options, how long are you with each client? And this is from Lacey Monique. Thank you for the question, Lacey. And I'm glad that you're here, darling. It depends on what they're going to do. So if they only have like, an hour-long boudoir session with me and they want to do, some beauty shots, I'll tack on an extra 15 to 20 minutes, right? If they end up wanting to do branding, boudoir, and beauty, well, then I'm going to have to tack on more time. So for branding, I'd like to tack on about 45 minutes. for beauty, that's quick stuff. You can do it in like 20, 30 minutes, I think. And then you need to charge accordingly. Again, you need to work backwards from how much you want to make, where it is that you need to be profitable, what your cost of doing business is, and then set your pricing appropriately so you're being paid the way that you want to be paid. This is not just about buying guides and slapping numbers on stuff. And we're going to go really in depth into that in the next strip down. Okay. Next question. If they have 4 looks planned, how do you then cycle through these without repeating during the categorical thinking? And this is from Andrea. Andrea, I might cycle through some of the things. I think it depends on your studio or where you're shooting. I have a lot of sets to shoot on. So I usually put one outfit on one set. But if you're working, so that's how I do that. But even if I were to just work on one set, I change it by adding emotion. That's the single most important thing that I do in my work. It's not about the poses. It's about the emotive states of my clients. And the pose kind of follows the emotive state. So the emotive state comes first. The pose is definitely second. I hope that answered your question. If it didn't, give me a follow-up question and I'll answer it. Do I cycle through all the foundations with all of the outfits? From Tammy Scott. You bet your sweet little patootie I do. Absolutely. I want to create as much variety for my clients to purchase as I possibly can. Is this something that you offer as an add-on before the session, or do you just upsell at the end of the session? This is from Brittany Brown. Brittany, you can do it either way. There's no hard and fast way that this needs to be done. Me personally, this is something that I talk about in the beginning, and then I get them to add on time, and then I charge for that time. And then obviously they end up buying more images. Some people just throw it in. I mean, like the Sue Bryce way of doing it is like, giving out free gift vouchers and having people come in for absolutely 100% free sessions, no sitting fees whatsoever, and then selling all of your images at the end. And clearly that business model works for many people. People who aren't good at selling, that business model doesn't work for them. This is why I say there's no such thing as one size fits all education. And again, in the next strip down course, Sarah, can I just say it? Can I just say it? Can I just say this already? Somebody tell me if I can say this. Somebody vox if I can say it. I need to hear from Sarah. There's no such thing as one size fits all education. There just isn't, or business models or any of that, because we're all so incredibly different. And we all have our strengths. Like me, if I could very easily just do Sue Bryce voucher kind of, business model, because I can sell. I spent 17 years in corporate America in sales. I can sell. Some of us aren't as comfortable with selling, and that's not going to work for us. And we need to charge, our sitting fees because we're not confident that we're going to get the sale at the end of it. So it's really dependent. Okay. So Sarah said I could go for it. So I'm just going to stop really quickly. So in the next iteration of Strip Down, I decided that I've had it with the business education within the industry. Just absolutely had it. I think that there's great information out there. I really do. I think some of the guides are really helpful. I think some of the classes and the groups are very helpful. But what I think is absolutely corrosive and detrimental to this industry is that each one of those places is like, you have to do it this way. And they give you like this plug and play shit that oftentimes is like scratched and doesn't play right for you, because we're not all the same. And we end up not being educated entrepreneurs. We just end up following what has worked for somebody else. Well, guess what? You're not always that somebody else. And it's incredibly important for you to know and understand how much money you need to make, how much it costs for you to run your business, all of the basic 101 things of setting up a business and make sure that you're doing everything properly. Marketing strategies, like, getting on Instagram and doing reels, that might work for some of us. And then there are some of us who are like, I am not getting in front of a camera. I don't want to do that. I want to go work on my Facebook group. And then there are others who are like, ugh, I don't want to do a Facebook group ever. And so they cultivate, a blog. And then there are people, and they kill it with that. They kill it. And then there are other people who are like, I really don't like writing. I don't want to do the whole blog thingy. I'm not into that. So I'm going to create a really robust like referral program. And that's how I'm going to get my clients. And other people do networking. You guys, there's so many things that actually work. And anybody that tells you it has to be exactly one way is selling you a bunch of bullshit, because we are not all one way. So Elena and I are teaming up on the marketing portion of this, and I am going to be teaching with 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 a brilliant woman who has an MBA in finance and business, how to be an educated entrepreneur. Because I don't want you guys to keep being the 3-year statistic of photographers who come into the industry and burn out within 3 years because you're following this person's advice and that person's advice and the other person's advice. I'm sorry, did they go to business school? I don't think they did. Do they have an MBA in business? Not sure about that. Do they understand financing? If they do, they're not teaching you how to run your numbers properly. Let's learn. Let's learn what works for us. So, because I'm so sick of this and so tired of y'all getting scammed, yes, I said it, scammed. I'm going to get myself in so much trouble right now, and I don't even care. I'm so hopping mad about it. I'm over it. I've created, right now it's 8 weeks. It's probably going to be 12 weeks. An educated entrepreneur legacy business owner course that is going to be 100% free with the next iteration of Strip Down. So there we go. That's what's going to be happening. So I can't tell you what your pricing should be because I don't know what your cost of doing business is. I don't know how much money you need to make. I don't know if you're willing to hustle and grind and work like I do. I don't know if you want work-life balance. All of these things play a part in building out your pricing, and to be told you have to charge this much. And if you're not doing it, you're doing it wrong. Man, that shit don't fly with me. That shit just does not fly with me. I'm done with it. I'm tired of my clients coming to me struggling, not knowing. So we are going to create a place where we can all grow and flourish and learn, and be educated entrepreneurs. Now, I want to say once again, there is great content out there, right? From educational programs. Really good content. There's good content in the guides. There's good content in the groups. There is good content for you guys. But you need to come at it with the mindset of learning how to make it your own. I do respect and admire a lot of the education that's out there. The missing thing for me, I think, in it is learning how to be an educated entrepreneur and making it your own and something that works for you, and not being ashamed of not doing it exactly the way somebody else does it. You have to find your right way. And that's what I'm going to create, and that's what I'm going to help you do. So that's what we're doing. And Elena will be joining me in this, and I'm very excited because we both have like hearts to serve, right? We want to serve you guys. We want to make sure that our communities are thriving and flourishing and doing very well. We're both very brilliant artists, her being like bananas. She's such an incredibly brilliant artist. But we both have also run very successful businesses. And so we're bringing it. We're going to bring it hard. Okay, so I wasn't supposed to do that, but I just did. There we go. Okay. Okay. So sorry, let me get back to your guys' questions. Let's see. Is there something that you offer as an add-on before the session? Okay, I did that one. Wants to know more about how much time she's spending on each part. And that's from Lori. I'm not sure. So for if I'm doing a boudoir session and I end up adding beauty and some branding, I'll probably spend about 45 minutes on branding and then about 20 minutes on beauty. That's about what I do. Unless the client, it's also dependent on the client, Lori. If the client is like more heavily focused on the beauty, then that's where I'm going to spend a little more time. Or if they're more heavily focused on the branding, then that's where I'll spend my time. So just like I said, business education isn't like one size fits all. Our sessions are not one size fits all either. We need to work with our clients to serve them properly. Okay, so Michelle Dobb Johns wants to know about pricing for multiple things, assuming some are digitals and some are printed and some are albums. Well, I think I answered that question in the latest rant, didn't I? Okay. Okay. Let's see over here. Let's see if there are any other questions that I can answer. You got any more for me, Colleen?
There was mostly comments after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any other questions that I can answer for you guys?
Read that one.
So Denise, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you so much for this. Free. I can't believe it's free. Yeah, of course. I want to bring you some value. Of course, Brittany. You're welcome for the information. I just saw something. Are the strip down courses live or can they be watched at your own pace? They're actually at your own pace. Come back on Friday and you're going to learn all about strip down, basically. Do I still shoot as well as educate? Yes, I do still shoot, but I'm going to be, look at this. I'm going to be very transparent with you. So I do not take a tremendous amount of bookings. I might take 2 to 3 a month max because I am so busy working on education. But I did run a very thriving boudoir, wedding, and portrait studio for 13 years, which I still have. The studio is still there. And I still shoot in the studio. I just don't shoot like I used to. I'm spending more of my time doing this. This has become very all-consuming. Let's see. Someone asked, do I do my own branding photos? Sort of. I have my daughter and my principal photographer shoot them, and I kind of control everything that happens because I'm a control freak. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I think we kind of covered it. Yeah?
Yeah.
So let's just pick that winner. Let's go.
Alrighty.
Give me a name. Put him in the randomizer and let's get him going.
It's going. It's going. It's going, going, going. The winner is.
Okay, so the winner is Brittany Brown. So Brittany, we are going to be reaching out to you via Facebook. We're going to send you a DM. Woohoo! And we'll send you that $100. But remember, guys, tomorrow, the next day, and don't forget to come back Friday. Super important for you to come back Friday. We're going to talk in depth about strip down. I am going to give you actionable tools that you can start using from the strip down methodology right away. And then the cheapest price that you're going to get for this course is going to be on Friday. So if you are interested, be there or be square. Can you do me a favor and can you screenshot all of the questions so that I can get back to them?
Absolutely.
Guys, I'm going to try and get back to all of your questions. I want to thank all of you so much for being here. I totally appreciate your time. Again, I know how valuable it is. I think you guys are amazing. I'm excited to be on a growth journey with you. Whether you sign up for Strip Down or not, I'm going to continue going live in my group all the time. I'm going to be going live in Elena's group. I'm going to be working with Elena. I'll be in AIBP. I'm going to be all the places. bringing you as much value as I can possibly bring you, because I want you all to thrive and grow, and I want the industry to rise up. We need to no longer be the redheaded stepchild. We need to do important and beautiful things in the world. So let's go get them. Everybody have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.